Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I am challenging myself like I have never challenged myself before. We are pressure canning water for the first time, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite anxious about this, but we're gonna figure it out together. I'm gonna do it because I'm sick and tired of wasting space in my freezer and not getting good deals on beef bones and chicken bones when I see them. And I'm done. I went shopping yesterday. I saw how expensive. It is ridiculous how much money people want for broth when I can make better broth at home. I basically got to that point in my life where we are doing this. We are pressure canning today and it's going to work. It has to work. So we're gonna get started. These are the things that I've got. I have a nice, stylish, it's probably from the 70s, pressure canner. This is a Presto pressure canner, and I got it used. I got it for $15, and there's a gauge inside. There's the weight. It's just the one weight. It doesn't have numbers on it. So that's what came with it. I have an insert, and I've got the actual pressure canner. And on here, it seems like whoever was using it before made a mark for the bottom and the top for them to align, which is great for me because I'm not going to be struggling. That's one less thing for me to struggle with. But the fact that this thing is so old, I'm hoping that these rubber gaskets are still okay. If not, then I'm gonna have to order a new one, which is fine. But the other thing that I was looking at is with the old ones, a lot of them don't have these vents, and mine is up here. This is where the steam goes out, where you have to wait 10 minutes before you put something on top. And this hole is where the gauge goes, the dial gauge. And it said in the book, it's recommended to unscrew this every time for storage so that this doesn't get broken. I don't know if that's still the case. This thing is clearly, I gotta show you this book. It's actually kind of cool. I love old stuff. But this thing is, so this book came with it and this book came with it. So this one shows you how to also cook within the pressure canner. I'm not gonna cook with this at all. This is strictly only for pressure canning. And this is the modern guide, but it doesn't say what year this is from. And based on like the color of the yellow, I'm getting kind of like a 70s vibe from this thing. Not so much the 60s, but all the pages are appropriately yellowish brown. And there's lots of like step-by-step things in here. There's also other pressure canners. It looks like whoever owned this, they've circled CA16 in this. It says Presto canner CA16. So I don't know if that's, I guess it's the model number. So if the gaskets don't work, well, we'll find out today. But we are pressure canning pretend beef broth, which is basically going to be water. The one thing that I know, according to this book, is I need to fill this guy up with 2 quarts of water. And if any of you guys are avid pressure canners and I am wrong or things have been updated since then, please feel free to let me know. I am always wanting to learn, and I want to get a handle on this because I want to get a proper pressure canner. That is what I want for Christmas. I know it's not gonna happen for this year, but maybe by next year I'll have enough money saved up for a proper big one so I can do bigger batches of broth, pre-made meals, chilies, sloppy joes, taco, like what I put in the middle of tacos. Basically all the good things that come with being able to pressure can. With that said, I am going to measure out how much water I need. And for this one, I'm gonna do, I have enough pints that this one actually takes up 9 pints. As you can see, there's what I've got there, and it does not take any of the 2-liter quarts, or 2 quarts? I'm thinking those are the 1.9 liter mason jars, but it doesn't take any of those because they're too tall for this guy. But I can do 7 quarts or 9 pints. So I'm gonna pretend I've got broth with me. I'm gonna give it the 1-inch gap I think it calls for. I'm also using the Bernardin book as well as this one and this one. So hopefully it's not gonna be this complicated next time. We're gonna be successful. Positive thoughts here, positive energy, positive pressure canning, positive everything, positive kitchen. So let's go get our stock water. The other thing I completely forgot to tell you guys is I'm just shy of 1,500 feet above sea level. So I actually thought I needed to do a weighted gauge, but because I've got that dial gauge, I only have to be 11 pounds of pressure over on the digital gauge. So that's good because I actually thought I had to be over 15, but then I realized I would have to be at that altitude for the dial gauge to be at 15. So I'm only sitting at 11, which is awesome. And that alleviates another thing off my list for this project, at least what to not stress over. I ended up putting 10 pints of water into there just because some's gonna evaporate and I don't know, just in case. All right, so I've got my 9 pints over there on the island, and let's put in, okay, so this is basically what you do for canning is on this page. And then step 4, pour 2 quarts of boiling water into canner with rack in place, set canner on low heat. I'm not gonna fill this up until this water is closer to boiling because I don't see the point in having this on low heat, because by the time this is ready, this won't be 2 quarts of water anymore. So I'm just gonna hold off on that, and I'm gonna fill up my kettle, and that's it for now. Okay, now we just wait. My quote-unquote beef broth / water is boiling, and it's time to ladle up some jars. Got it. All right, so I need, oh gosh, what was it? 1 inch headspace. What is this? Okay, beef stock. It is leaving 1 inch of headspace. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, so 1 inch is where on this thing? Oh, it's the stop one. Oh, I'm nowhere near it. All right. Is this one close? Nope. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I am in there. Okay, here we go. Okie dokie. And my kettle went on, so I've got to fill up 2 quarts for that. So I've got my 1 quart here. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Now, I don't know if I need to leave 1 inch of headspace or if I'm like going right up to the rim with this. So I'm just gonna go right up to the rim on this. And I already have that little metal piece inside of there. The thing that the jars sit on. Oops. Okay, so I've got my 2 quarts in there. Woo! Okay. If that doesn't tell you I'm jumping, I don't know what does. Okay. I'm good. Here's my dilemma. The book says I can fit 9 pints. And I think I'm reading that right. 9 pints right there, 9 pints. So I have 8 in there. That 9th one is not gonna fit in there or there. So I think maybe since the 70s, oh, that's hot. Oh, that's very hot. Maybe since the 70s, mason jars have changed sizes. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go with 8. That's still quite a bit. And this middle one's gonna hang out there. And I've got nice spacing in between all of them. So when they're having a party and rocking out, hopefully no one will break. And I've just gotta put my lid together. So I've got this guy and I need to screw this onto here. This is my dial gauge. And I still have this on the lowest heat. Oh, I guess that's all it's gonna go in. Okay. And what else? Oh, that's it. Okay, so let's see what this book says. Always use canning rack. That's in there. Okay, place cover on canner and lock securely. All right, so there we go. And now I gotta lock securely. Without a book in my hand. Okay, that's as secure as that's gonna get. And turning clockwise for model C016, arrow on cover must point to closed. What arrow? Well, there's 2 lines here in the handle, and this handle's right in the middle of this guy. And I don't see a closed arrow. And I won't go any further. Okay, cover handles must be centered between grooves of body handles, which they are. Okay, we're good there. And do not build up pressure in canner until cover is securely locked. Okay, we did that. Adjust burner to maximum heat. That I don't think is right, because everyone always says that, and other books that I've read have said, gradually bring it up to a boil so this steamer steams out. So I'm just gonna change the burners, because the back burner that it's on is not the greatest for even water bath canning. I'm just gonna put it up here at the front. I'm gonna put it on I'm gonna put it on medium. Okay, and see that gradually go up, hopefully. And okay, when steam flows freely from the vent pipe, reduce heat to maintain a moderate steam flow. Okay, we're not there yet. Okay, but I have to build it up to 11. That I do know. So here's the thing that I'm not understanding. I can hear it boiling, and I'm hoping you guys can too. And there is steam that's coming out of here. See, I just saw a little bubble come out of here. And okay, well, nothing's coming out of this guy, but it's just coming out of here. And yet I'm still at 0. Oh, okay, this guy just popped and now there's steam coming out of here. So am I gonna start building steam now? I'm very happy that I've been hanging out in the kitchen this whole time. So in here, it says, bring it to a max and let the steam go. And then you put on that weight, and then this guy will eventually pop up. So that middle vent, automatic air vent thingy right here, where I was kind of concerned, that the steam was coming out, that is completely normal right now. And then I see it says use maximum heat to raise the pressure to required point. I know that that's been changed, so I'm gonna do it slowly. And then it talks about like what kind of electric range, wood, whatever. Okay. And then at the end of processing time, okay, so we're still looking good. And we have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. And we're still sitting at 0. There's steam coming out of there and steam coming out of the top one, which you can totally see right there. Okay, now I'm getting excited about this. It's been 10 minutes. Let's put this guy on. And now this is supposed to be popping up. I guess if it hasn't more. It's making some sort of noises. There's lots of steam coming out of there. It said in the book if it doesn't pop up after a few minutes to take a knife or a fork or a spoon to it. I really don't want to. I might need a new gasket. I don't know if that's normal. It's hissing pretty good. Oh yeah, you know what? Look at all that water coming out of here. There are a couple of water driplets coming out of here. Okay, we're on the right path and my gauge is coming up slowly. Sounds like this quiet kettle. Oh, and I can see some steam coming out here. I just saw some. I just saw some again. Yeah, I can see some steam coming out of here. Oh yeah, right there. There's water coming out of here. You can see the bubbles right there. I can see some steam right there. That's not supposed to happen. I'm gonna continue, even though I'm losing steam around this and it's coming up to here. I'm gonna increase the pressure because I want to see if I can get this to go up to 11. But I can see, oh yeah, there's water seeping out of here. And I can see kind of shadows over here. So that seal has definitely gone. Really, really hoping that they carry gaskets from that long ago because I would really hate to spend money on a new pressure canner and then find out, you know, say 20 years from now, they don't carry it and I've basically got a useless piece of metal. So that has stopped steaming and bubbling. That has stopped bubbling. There was a little bit of water around here. I don't know if that's normal. That, I can still see super, super tiny bubbles every once in a while. But look how much that gauge has gone up. Oh, the bubbles are back over here. And I don't know if that's normal. Can I get a close-up of that? See, now they're gone. But you can see there's like steam coming out all over here. That's not supposed to happen. But we're still building pressure. Yeah, there's a whole lot of steam coming out back here. That whole corner. But there is a whole lot of steam coming out of that back end. Basically right from here all the way. Like that whole area just has steam galore coming out of it. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm not comfortable with bringing this up any higher just because of the amount of steam that's trying to escape. I've turned this off and we are just gonna let this guy figure itself out, and that's basically all I'm gonna get done for today. So I'm gonna hop online, go to the Presto website and see if I can order this guy and the rubber ring that went around the inside. And I'm gonna see if there's anything that goes on this, because I don't know if I just need to take a wrench to that nut and just screw it down even more, or if there's a gasket or something that's supposed to be there. I'm thinking no, because it doesn't look like there's any space for it to suction cup on the bottom. I think I just have to tighten this guy up a little bit more, but definitely this rubber gasket and the inside for sure need to be replaced. But we got up to 5. It's already dropped down to 4, almost 3. So we're looking good there. Okay, this is not as intimidating as I thought. Aside the fact that my gaskets are all very old. While this thing is settling down, I'm just waiting for it to reach to 0, and then I'm gonna give it a few minutes once it's hit 0 to then pop the weight off. And is it a success? No, not whatsoever. But I did learn some stuff. I learned that it was all in my head with how hard pressure canning is, and other people telling me, oh, I'm crazy, it's gonna explode on you. Oh, I know some person that it exploded on, and I'm like, this thing is old as dirt. I felt completely safe doing it. I followed every single step that was in the book and all of the steps that I heavily researched on, and I felt comfortable, and I did not bring it up to the 11 pounds of pressure on my dial gauge that I need because of the amount of steam that was coming out. I was only comfortable bringing it up to 5, and then I shut it all down because there's so much steam coming out of this, why push it, right? So in saying that, my next step is, once I'm done turning all of this off and cleaning up the kitchen, I will be going on to Presto's website, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get my hands on those gaskets that I need, and I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to pressure can some beans, and that will be my first food product that I can with this. And I'm excited, and I'm hoping that I can really get my hands on those gaskets. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today in the kitchen. I really appreciate you guys coming out and visiting me on my channel. And until next time, make sure you have some fun in the kitchen, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.